Check, check. Okay, here we go. Let's go, baby. Sorry, everybody. Hey, I just did a nice, solid 10-minute rant, and no one heard it. Welcome to my channel, Pandas. Good morning, everybody. Hey, I'm not going to do that again. I think you can just rewind and see, go to the previous stream. You can see why I'm doing this. I basically just went over my small account journey, what I'm trying to do here. But let's go, baby. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, hope everyone had a banger weekend. That was embarrassing. Hey, guys, I just started streaming about 4 weeks ago. And so, actually 3 weeks ago. So, please bear with me as I work out these kinks. Hey, guys. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go, Pandas. Let's see. We got, yeah, I'm going to just jump right into it today because you know, you can check out the other streams if you want to know more information about what's going on here. But let's do this. Is there anything I do want to mention? Hey guys, if you want to try this two-legged pullback indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com, and there's actually a free trial there if you guys are interested. Check out the free trial. If it's something that you like, you know, you can feel free to purchase it. But if it's something you can, if you don't like it, then so be it. And so, I'm sorry, RED. I'm not going to repeat everything I just said. I basically just went over the introduction, what I'm doing with the small account journey here, the two-legged pullback setup, and the indicators. And so, hey guys, we're going to start in about 2 minutes. I'm going to go over some of the charts with you. Let's read some price action. Let's get some two-legged pullbacks. Let's go, baby. Hey, we got 85 votes. Hey, if you guys want to help the stream out, hey, hit that like button. Subscribe. The more engagement there is before 9:30, better, because we can let people know before the morning bell that this stream is going on, that we're trading live here with pure price action. And so let anyone know, it helps let anyone know who wants to find a community that loves to trade price action, that'll let them know. So hit that like button, supports the channel a lot as well. If you really want to help with my morning coffee, if you want to donate my morning coffee in the morning for you to trade better for you guys, hey, you can become a panda for $4.99 a month. Enjoy it. You can have custom emoticons, priority responding to your questions and comments, so forth. So, all right, guys, that's enough. Let's go. Let's find some good two-legged pull. Let's find some perfect setups, guys. Hey, we want to find greater than 90%. That's what we're looking for. So let's mark up this trade a little, or this chart a little bit. We got 47 people thinking it's going to be a trading range day today. I'm going to go over what I think kind of day it is. Hey, we're at the top of this wedge, but as you can see, we are strong uptrend. We are at the top of this wedge, and there is some concern here that we may come back down to the top of this trading range. We have not yet tested the top of this trading range yet, so there may be a chance that we come back down to test this top of the trading range. I'm thinking either doji day today or perhaps bear day, but who knows? I'm thinking if I were to, two strong bull bars right into the top of the wedge, finding resistance right at the top of the wedge, breaking above it, coming back below it right now. It's a little tough. You see how strong this 20 EMA is on the daily? This trading range, we just broke out of it. Came back down, spiked, tapped it, tested right here. That was a perfect touch on the trading range indicator on the daily. Came back down, touched the 20 EMA again, didn't even come back down to the bottom. There is a chance that I think we may hit the bottom. All right, market just opened. There is a chance we hit the bottom of this. I just don't know if we're going to get another bull bar like this. It could be, I think in my mind, that's more of the rare event here. I'm thinking doji or bear day today. That's just my opinion. Hey, let's read the price action. Every new bar gives us new information, so we can find more and more about what's going on through this price action here. As you can see, we're already choppy here. We're having a pretty choppy morning before the market has opened. And now our first candle here, let's see how our 5-minute looks like. By the way, if you want to know what time frame I'm using, you can look at the top left of your screen and it kind of tells you. Very small text though. I might magnify that to help you guys read that better. But right now, this is the 5-minute chart. So want to see what's going on? 2K chart. As you can see, we're in this trading range here on the 2000 tick chart, and we're on the top half of this trading range, finding support at yesterday's close or last session's close. Now we're failed breakout with this signal bar here, spiked above the trading range, came back, gave us a nice two-legged pullback. It's actually a very, very tight two-legged pullback. And if you didn't have the indicator, this would be pretty difficult to see, but A, B, C. That's a two-legged pullback at the top of the trading range. Just enough room to come out with a scalp. I'm not interested in this two-legged pullback. We are kind of, I'm thinking we might test the bottom of this, but the 10K chart looks like this right now, pandas. I have a spike in channel. Starting from here, the spike channel. And this channel is right at the bottom now, and this is a very long, as you can see, a very long trading range we've had on the 10K chart. Just going purely sideways. And we might come back. I mean, we've already tested this bottom trading range, so, you know, convention has it that we did break over here. They might come back down. We might bounce off of it. A little difficult to tell. I'm not going to make a bet that we're going to break down here, though. I am not going to make a bet on that. I need to see the price action. I need to see more evidence that we are going to break this trend here. If we do break down, we do have this broad channel going this way. As you can see, we're hitting this right now at the moment. Finding some support. I'm not going to go long here. Not interested in going long. We're so close to the bottom of this trading range. I think we're going to test it. This is a trap though. But you see this trap from the bottom of this, if I were to trigger here to the bottom of the trading range, it's not enough room for a scalp. It's not enough room for a scalp. Trap does trigger and it gives us an absolute scalp. Okay. 10K chart starting to break down here as you can see. But hey, don't forget we are in a trading range up here. So even though we might have some violent moves up and down, just remember we're in trading range at the moment. The candles, they look pretty clean, as in they don't look choppy right now. They look like they have some direction, they have some momentum. We might have some pretty big swings today if it's a trading range day today. But like I said, I think trading range day or bear day possibly. Because looking at the daily, we are at the top of this wedge. And so we poked above it twice, failed to break out of it 2 times. So I'm thinking we might come back to test the bottom of this trade, the top of this trading range, this red line, but we'll see. I need to see a little more price action to be convinced that we're going to be like on a strong bear trend day today. Right now, we're just hitting perfectly the trading range indicator. You see the bottom of the trading range indicator. We're hitting it perfectly at the moment. Middle of this broad channel, finding some support. Now we're breaking down. That was a two-legged pullback trap right here. Failed second entry long, but like I said, there just was not enough room for me. I wish I had a little bit more room, but it was not enough room for a scalp. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hey guys, don't forget, we got a 300 like goal to get that AM whiskey. I don't know when we're going to hit it. I mean, it's just, you guys are not doing well on the likes goal. You guys are not doing well. Do you think the goal is too high? Should I lower it a little bit for you guys? I believe in you guys. I really do believe in you. I believe in the pandas. I think you guys can get it. I'm not going to go easy on you guys. We have a steep downtrend at the moment. This needs to break before we consider coming back into this trading range. But hey, we did break this. We broke out here. Now we're breaking on the bottom of the 10K chart. I mean, we can fall here. We can hit the 240 SMA today. If it's a strong bear trend today, 240 SMA, easy target. On the 10K chart. What's my 5-minute strong bear bar. First 5-minute bar, strong bear bar. Don't forget to look to the left though. We have been in a trading range. We're still in a trading range in my opinion. Strong bear bar, but trading range. And typically these trading ranges, when they break out, fail. But we are currently in a downtrend at the moment. Aspect Nation says higher low setup. He's thinking, should we go into a long for higher low setup? We do have an H4 higher low setup here. But in my opinion, this bear leg is too strong for a higher low setup right now. It's a little too strong, a little too bearish for me to think that we can scalp out here. If anything, you know, maybe two-legged pullback to the downside. But right now, even though I have trading range bias, I'm thinking on top of that, we do have a bear trend here. And this could be a successful breakout. So you cannot forget that. But that's why we do wait for the higher low setup. Higher low setup is gone. This is an H4. I'm not interested in this H4. We still have this pretty strong downtrend here. I'm not interested in this H4. I am not. Because the two options here is this. This is either a successful breakout or a failed breakout, right? Al Brooks likes to have binaries, and that's one of the binaries that you gotta have. Quickly answer simple questions when you read price action. Strong bear trend, right? Each pullback has made less than a point. This makes less than a point. This one makes less than a point. This one made less than a point. And we're still going down. And so you're thinking, why would you want to try to fight this trend? Even though you do see yourself in a trading range, like you do not want to fight this strong bear trend at the moment. I'll be more interested probably going short if we have a two-legged pullback or retesting one of these highs to make a double top, something like that. Right now, these are all just first entries. There is your H4. H4 does trigger here, terrible signal bar, but H4 does signal or trigger. Don't forget you have this steep downtrend can act as resistance right here that we're seeing at the moment. Possible measure move. Good measure move. SW Blaze. Hey, this is good at measure move. We check this. This is a good, solid measure move. I think that's a solid one. That makes a lot of sense to me. First leg down. Next push down could be down to here. So those who took that H4, thoughts and prayers to you. Thoughts and prayers. Not every H4 is created equal because you do have this strong downtrend. You gotta just keep this in mind, this downtrend. You do not want to go long unless this downtrend is broken. Like, even with a higher low setup, you still want the downtrend to be broken, in my opinion. But those who took this H4, you might be rewarded. I just think it was risky. Very risky. Strong downtrend. No real signs of reversal. Every single reversal has been less than a point, as you can see. So when we're reading the price action, we got to use all that to our advantage. Makes a perfect scalp on the H4. H4s are just that good. Even at terrible setups. H4 makes a perfect scalp. Potential trap traders here with the golden box. You can see the golden box means perfect scalp. Absolute scalp made. Golden box disappears. We might come back into this trading range here, but this measure move, I do like this measure move a lot. As you can see, 20 EMA can act as resistance now. So there's when you trade, you just want a lot of evidence on your side right now. Not much evidence to go long, in my opinion, unless we have a higher low second entry, higher low second entry, possibly good trade. But this measure move looks pretty solid in my opinion. Coming back into the trading range. Strong bull bars, 1, 2, 3, 4 bull bars ending near their highs in a row. You gotta keep that in consideration. But did not break clearly above the 20 EMA, right? As you can see, the bottom of this trading range and also the 20 EMA is acting as resistance. Looking for a lower low setup. We want to retest this extreme and we want it to be lower. That's the highest probable trade. Retest the bottom of this. As long as we're not on a strong downtrend day, then this will be a nice reversal with a new low. Super solid to Peanut is. Let me go over some questions while we are reading charts here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Measure move down. Yes. Super Salty Peanut asks, is auto H4L4 bot for sale? The thing about the automated strategies, at two-legged pullback, we're not trying to sell automated strategies. We're trying to sell you an indicator that can be used for automated strategies. So what that means, actually, all the automated strategies available are for free. They're for development. They're for the community. The community is continuing to develop them. And so the Discord is a great place where people gather to create the strategies and think of new strategies and improve on strategies. So not selling an actual strategies. So you don't have to pay for anything for the strategy. Once you purchase the deluxe edition, all the automated strategies are available for free. Plus, you get access to the two-legged pullback community where we continue to look at charts post-stream. Obviously, I'm not as active as I am in the morning session. If I see things throughout the day, I'll mark them and let the community know. And also, other people are trading as well, so they are also marking and giving notice to other members. We do have a double bottom here. I don't know if this double bottom will stand. I almost want to trade this two-legged pullback. Hey, give me a 1 in chat if we get a two-legged pullback here. Should I take it? A 2 if no. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a 1. By the way, if you find yourself finding a more than 20-second delay, make sure that live button is red on the video. And also, you can hit that 2x button, watching 2x speed. And it's so funny. You guys are so quick on pressing 1s. Just 1, yeah, just do it. Come on, just do it. Just do it. I think we're going to lose our two-legged pullback, though, unfortunately. If it breaks below here, we're going to lose our two-legged pullback. And it certainly looks like it that we're going to break below the previous pivot low, which is right here. If it breaks this pivot low, the count resets. And so, oh, could be wrong. Spoke too soon. Potential two-legged pullback here. And it might be like one of those, yeah, I think I'll keep it. I'll keep the 1 to 4. We got two-legged pullback triggering way down here if it does trigger. It doesn't have to reverse on us. But I'm thinking measure move might be here. I might swing this to the measure move. We'll see. Gonna let this candle finish. The 10K, I don't see a range on a 10K. Strong bull bar on the second pullback. Double bottom at the moment. Trading range just broke out. There's high potential coming back into this trading range. So this is actually confusing to me because we do want to come back into this trading range, but we also have this measure move. We do have a nice two-legged pullback setting up. And I think it's a good two-legged pullback in my opinion. If we get a decent signal bar here, I'm considering going short here. Thinking measure move. And if it does, I'll probably keep my stop just 1 tick above this pivot high here. Thinking if we do break above this pivot high, we will most likely come back into the trading range. Priming out my order here. Setting up my two-legged pullback here. It's a perfect scalp two-legged pullback. Almost like a Pikachu. Pretty much like a Pikachu. It might function like a Pikachu here. I'm going to put it here just in case it spikes down. And I'll keep my stop 1 tick above this pivot here. Because I do think if it comes above this pivot, again, we're going to come back into this trading range. And I don't want to hold it through all of this nonsense. All that noise. $20 EMA acting as resistance once again. I'm going to swing this a little bit here. I'm going to keep my 1 to 4. Let's just keep my 1 to 4. How about that? I'm going to swing it, see if we can get close to this measure move here. Confidently trading under. The trading range indicator just updated right here. Oof. Hey, we got to get our point first before we think about swinging. This is a Pikachu on the other side right here. Could come back up. Holding my 1 to 4 here. Finding ourselves under the 20 EMA. Continually finding resistance there. Thinking that we can come down to the bottom of this measure move. But I'm swinging this. Pikachu hit on the other side here, as you can see. Oof. Bouncing off, bouncing off. First, we need to get the scalp before we even think about the swing. We're not even getting scalped out right now. We're hitting 1, 2, 3, 4 hits down here perfectly. Cannot break below here. Should have skunked right there. Finding hard support right here. But I'm thinking this is a good swing setup in my opinion. Strong bear bar on the 5-minute. You're thinking one more push down on that bear bar after that bear bar. Thinking one more push down. That's what I'm thinking. Strong bear leg. You're thinking one more push down below these lows. 20 EMA still acting as resistance. We are finding some sort of support right here. Very strong support. 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect hits on it. No retracement on that one. Potentially it could have spiked down, but hey, this could be a loser. So I was describing a little bit earlier while I was muted why having 2 contracts and having a runner is actually kind of risky, because you're losing a lot of potential profits that you could be making if you were to just get that scalp every single time. We might have a loser here. First trade of this week. Bottom of the trading range. Coming back up. That's a shame. I thought we had one more push down. But looks like we're going to stop out here. That is truly a shame. Sorry, pandas. That's painful right here. Coming back in the trading range. Start with a 400 loss. A 312 loss. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was way too much congestion. I thought we were going to get one more leg down because I saw a 2-legged pullback off the 20-mate with a lower high setup. Thinking we can make one more leg down, but the market saw this trading range. And I traded against that trading range. I thought we were going to continue. Saw this strong breakdown. Saw this. I saw this double a bottom. That gave me some concern. But I thought we could at least make one more leg down. But hey, that's what it is. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Now we're breaking above the trading range or the 20 EMA. Hey, we keep it cool. No problem here. No problem here. By the way, I was up a little bit because I did do a couple of trades last night. So down 300. It's a shame. I mean, we saw a 2-legged pullback at the 20 EMA, but maybe I was trying to trade, I was trying to trade the breakout, which I shouldn't have. I should have maybe waited, this pullback retest of this trading range, which is what it's giving us now. But unfortunately, what a way to start this Monday morning, pandas. Man, I just it's so crazy how different it feels when you trade on stream versus just off stream. It's just I don't know what it is. It's crazy. So I wanted to make that one more retest before coming down again, and that's unfortunate. Hit the yesterday's close perfectly, and this might be the one that comes back down to the measure move now. This might hit the measure move. Strong resistance, 20 EMA plus bottom trading range. And that's unfortunate, right? We wanted that push down here, but it wanted to kind of break all of these people who are trying to go in a little too early. We do have another 2-legged pullback going to the downside. We're at the bottom of the trading range. Again, hitting the top of this, but I think this one might give us a nice... If this 2-legged pullback triggers here, let's get it. Let's get this two-legged pullback. Let's try to swing this two-legged pullback. I think this wanted to do a pullback retest, but hey, this could reverse on us. I don't know. We're at the bottom of the trading range now. We hit it perfectly here. I'm thinking we want this measure move. We hit yesterday's close as a perfect resistance. Maybe I should sit on my hands a little bit here. Thinking trading range is coming back up here. You don't want to see that. You don't really want to trade against that necessarily. Bad signal bar, lower high setup. I still think we're in a downtrend, right? Because look, it rejected off here. I just need a good entry. Potentially can go here for the lower high setup. Fade the breakout short. Yeah. Daniel I says 10K range. Sorry, I didn't see it. My trading range indicator says the range is right here. I'm guessing your range is more like this. Maybe something along these lines. That's actually a pretty good range too. That makes sense. I didn't see it. The trading range indicator detects right here as the most touches. And so it doesn't recalibrate down here. It might sooner or later if it keeps touching it. Oh, now after that bar, it finally recalibrates to right down here. It's just a little too late. It was one bar too late for me. If it was already, but it took one more touch to surpass the amount of touches right there, and it just recalibrated. I don't know if you saw that, but that bar just went down here. So recalibrate to down here now, recognizing that this line here has the most touches. It was one bar too late. All right, with that being said, it's hard to go short here now. But we do have a two-legged pullback, or we do have a channel coming down like this. We missed the top of the channel. Finding some good support here. I want to take this short. Is that crazy? Is that just me? Is it crazy to want to go short here? Bottom of the trading range. I'm just seeing a downtrend at the moment, but fighting this trading range at the moment too. So you have two conflicting things: trading range plus this downtrend. We would have a Pikachu set up on the other side here. Potential Pikachu here. I don't know if I want this Pikachu either. I'm just like, I'm thinking we're in a downtrend. So I'm not thinking about this Pikachu either. Thinking downtrend, also bottom trading range. It's confusing. Confusing to me. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go short at the bottom of this trading range. Now it's so clear, especially even on the 10K chart, trading range indicator, updated for this to be the trading range now. Kind of hard to go short at the bottom of this trading range, but kind of hard to go long, bouncing, going downtrend like this. I think the market's having the same problem too. All right, makes a point going short. This could have been the swing that I wanted. The swing came after it broke me, and now it's going to come down to make my swing, potentially. If it traps here, I'm in. If this traps, I'm looking to go short. I'm going to swing it down to the bottom of this measure move. Potential trap setup here. Looking at this trap setup. Yeah, I saw this. Steve White does make a good point, even though I lost a potential good trade because it was part of my setup. But yeah, you know, if this traps, I'm in this trap, thinking we're gonna hit the bottom of this trading range. I'm gonna swing the entire position to the bottom. Sorry, not the bottom trading range, to the measure move. As you can see, we made lower lows now. I came in short here, thinking we'll probably swing down here. But I mean, the trading range indicator, if you saw even on the 2K chart, it came down and updated down to here, showing me the bottom of the trading range. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought maybe we can push down. I felt okay in that trade. Going short here because I think we're in a downtrend, and I think we're going to try to hit this measure move. But you do have some concern. 10K chart, we are at the bottom of a trading range. And so, you know, that people are going to try to buy up right here with limit orders all throughout down here possibly. But yeah, also have a downward bias because of daily. We're at the top of this wedge. Thinking we might make trap. It's still here. Trap disappears, no longer interested in this trade. Still a trap trade. Still a trap. Very short term downtrend now, like this. Trap's gone, no longer interested. Bottom of trading range is proving to be very good support at the moment. Yeah, let's look at the 5 minute. This 5 minute is super congested, but even the 5 minute, it looks actually more downtrendy, in my opinion. The 5 minute looks like this, super congested at the moment. Maybe that was my mistake, trying to trade in congestion. I mean, but at the time, it was not congestion. At the time, it looked like a nice two-legged pullback, lower high setup, trying to give us just a little more, one more push down, thinking. But hey, you got to take that trade, right? In my opinion. Daniel Eyes does mention the 10K had a trading range. Unfortunately, the trading range indicator updated after this bar was made. So it just wasn't enough hits. Like in my mind, I don't want to go long until this trend, this channel is broken. Like I don't really want to go long until this is broken here. Thinking we're currently in a downtrend because of this channel, but also trading range. So you got two things conflicting, right? Making lower highs at the same time, trading range. Finding support at the bottom here. It's just two conflicting things happening right now. John says, you gotta pretend we are not here. Hey, if I pretend you guys are not here, I literally wouldn't say anything. I would just be, you know, trading like a robot. Okay, it says, this is very informative. Two-legged pullback in a range is tricky. Yep. Thing is, like, at the moment, Brian Davila, man, let's get the AM whiskey. Let's go, baby. Ah, Brian Davila, my boy. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Hey man, I would do the AM whiskey, but I'm reaching that 300 likes. I need that 300 like goal to be reached before hitting that AM whiskey. If we get a two-legged pullback here, I'm thinking to fade this. Fortunately, comes down now after just no two-legged pullback, no setup for us. This could be the breakdown. Potential two-legged pullback here. As you can see, this is acting as strong resistance. I like this resistance more than I like the support, to be honest. Because on the 5-minute, we had a strong bear bar, thinking retest or one more push down. So we have one more push down in us, I believe. Strong bear bar, but being reversed by a strong bull bar. You cannot discount this bull bar. Ending near the 50% of this bear bar. Still no two-legged pullback. It needs to pop above here if we want that two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback. Second pullback trigger here. You cannot discount no follow through after the strong bear bar. No follow through on this bull. Reverse with the bull bar here. Very confusing in my opinion. Very tight range. Almost don't even want to trade this until this consolidation is broken. It's just too tight. Lower highs each time though. But bouncing off right here, like I cannot make a I cannot predict if this is gonna break down or break out, you know. My bias is obviously short, seeing these lower highs, but you cannot dismiss the super strong support right here. Right? No follow through on these bear bars, but we do have strong bear bars. In my opinion, there's more selling pressure here because we're making lower highs. More selling pressure, but plus you're thinking continuation of this downtrend at the moment. Terrible signal bar, cannot trade that. Oh, what's my setup here? This is too congested. Bottom of trading range, acting as support at the moment. Is this a Pikachu setup? I'm not interested in this Pikachu. Mods, can you guys take care of this guy? Finding support here. Too hard to trade in my opinion. Like you're going short into the bottom of trading range, but lower highs each time. If this triggers and it gives me a second Pikachu to the downside, I'll be interested. Because in my opinion, then it will be like below the 20 EMA. Inside bar. What does this want to do? What does this want to do? I would like this Pikachu to fail, actually. That'd be nice. Sorry, looking for a setup here. Looking for a failed Pikachu and then reversal. Pikachu makes an absolute scalp. That was Pikachu just scalped out so quick. It's hard to trade this in my opinion, but I almost want to go short here, but I cannot ignore this trading range. It's too strong. Failed breakout of this trend line. Finding support here again. Cannot fight this. Oh. On the 5-minute, looks like this. This does make a scalp though. Too hard to go short right into the bottom of this trading range. Right, too hard to go long because of this downtrend. Very hard to trade this in my opinion. Very hard to trade this. In fact, it's just so hard, it's just not tradable, in my opinion. Higher time frames could be helpful. Even higher time frames, higher time frames at 20 EMA and the bottom of the trading range. It's wedging between these two things at the moment. I think this is indicative of a nice trading range day today. Daily, hitting the top of the wedge here. All right, let me look over here. Yeah, you guys learn a lot. See, I lose a lot of money. You guys learn a lot of lessons. That's the more money I lose, the more lessons you guys learn. So you're welcome. You're welcome, pandas. Mo7sin asks, have you tried two-legged pullback on forex? I have. I realize trading is very difficult. I'm so used to scalping that when I try to trade on forex, because the spreads are so bad, scalping is actually very difficult. Forex, it's more for swing trading in my opinion. It's very hard to trade, to scalp on forex. You need to learn how to swing trade. And so I tried it for a little bit and I wasn't finding like much success because I'm so used to scalping. But I might try it again later with a more of a swing mentality. CY says auction market theory states that probability wise, if price opens within previous day's value, it's probably a range day, so today might be a range day. All right, thanks for that. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. Daniel says so congested. No trades here. Hey, not trading is also part of trading. Learning not when to trade. DX says it's so congested. I thought it's Walmart on a Black Friday. Yes. Sean White. What is a Pikachu? Jason answers that question. You can also look at the description below. There is a frequently asked questions. Kern says, better wait till this range is over now. Tricky. Yep, I agree. That's why I'm just sitting on my hands. Took a loser here. You know. You know what's kind of funny is that the trading range indicator actually updated down here. And I ignored it. The 10K, I didn't really ignore it. It was up here and then finally updated down here after one of these candles were made. This candle was made. Okay, we're breaking above this. Be first break of this trend. But could possibly still be trading range in my opinion. Where do we find out about Pikachu? It's in the frequently asked questions in the description. David Kaplan said, Forex trader here, up 12K. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats. Can I ask, why don't you draw micro trend lines? I draw them sometimes. I had this one here. And then when it broke out, retest the bottom, and then you know, this was actually because of the trading range was enough for a reversal. I thought we could get a lower high, so I was trying to scalp out right there. Actually, I was trying to swing down to the measure. I saw the measure move. I thought it was a good measure move, but also the way, like for instance, Mac, like I could draw this here as well, and then we can do same moves, right? Higher low setup, right? Second entry, higher low, and scalps out point, but too congested here for the micro trend lines. Micro trend lines is interesting because depends on what you use for your points. Micro trend lines are more difficult on some other charts, right? Like this is easy because the highs, right, can give us a pretty clear micro trend line, right? I trade only extremes, but for Mac he would do something like this. He'd draw a line here, and then he will use the top of this body and say this is the first break of trend. Retest lows and then comes back up. That's what he would do. That's what Mac would do. And the reason he does that is because he uses extreme for the first pivot and then the body on the second pivot. Just in my opinion, I don't trade like that. I just do not feel comfortable charting in a way where it doesn't make sense to me. And that doesn't make sense to me. To use a body and extreme. In my mind, it just doesn't make sense. I wouldn't mind using, you know, only closes, right? If I use only closes, I could have something like this, right? Using only closes, I would feel more comfortable using only closes than, you know, extreme on one and a, you know, this close here and this close here. Because if you chart only closes, you're technically charting the line chart. And so you know, some people do trade on line charts. Some people do chart on line charts and make trend lines on line charts. I wouldn't mind doing that. That would be the alternative way I would chart. But because Mac uses extreme and then also the open or the body, he can make, actually that gives you more, you know, if you think about it, that gives you more opportunities for these micro trend lines. Because, you know, if you're starting with extreme and then the next pivot is, you know, you're starting at a much lower place, right? The body's gonna be lower than the extreme, then it's gonna give you like really strong, like really steep trend lines. This doesn't make sense to me, so I don't want to use it. We do have a measure move here. I mean, measure move is good, unless this is broken up here. If this swings way up here and breaks above this pivot low, technically people will have, you know, people would buy anywhere here or sell anywhere here, and they'll just keep their stop loss up here and wait for the measure move down here. Some people would do that. But in my opinion, I think reading the price action can help us. We have this tight congestion. We're breaking above it now. 10K chart, probably coming back to the top of the trading range on the 10K chart. That's a, you know, obvious destination for me, especially with a strong bull bar like this on the 10K chart. You're thinking some follow through, probably hit the top of the trading range. Most likely, when you read the price action, that's what the 10K chart is telling us. Should I fade this breakout, or should I trade a two-legged pullback? Two-legged pullback potentially forming here. I typically don't like to trade breakouts, but breakout pullback, a little bit more. I would have a little bit more reasons to trade breakout pullbacks, especially if it's a two-legged pullback, like a breakout and a two-legged pullback back to the retest the trend line. Then that setup is not that bad, but oftentimes those do fail, to be honest. I still have not forgotten about this trading range. Thinking this trading range could fail breakout. Hitting yet last session's close, but we're closing above it, as you can see. 20 EMA starting to curl up, giving us some bullish momentum. Thinking top of the trading range, in my opinion. Slow day, guys. Hey, everyone have a good weekend? Everyone have a good weekend. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Very interesting, very congested. Question is, what is our trading range? Where's the top of our trading range? According to the trading range indicator, top of the trading range is up here actually. $10K chart. I'm thinking once I hit the top of this, First breakout here. Very tight two-legged pullback here. This is a lower high two-legged pullback, as you can see. Red 2 means that this is actually a two-legged pullback. Also a lower high two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Next A leg is the second entry. Very congested. I don't even feel very confident going long here, to be honest. Thinking that we might be at the top of this trading range here. You do not want to trade breakouts. But this is strong bear bar ending near its low. Still hasn't made a point though. Makes an perfect scalp. Two-legged pullback off the 20 MA at the moment. Alright boys. I can't even go long on this. I cannot go long on this. Breakout. Pretty good signal bar at the moment. Not enough room to top of these highs here. Only thing that's making me consider going long is thinking we're going to hit the top of this trading range on a 10K chart. Doji bar at the moment. Doji signal bar. Not interested. This is a two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA though. A, B, C. I would consider actually trading the trap here. This traps. Let's see if we get a trap here. Thinking that this breakout will fail. Terrible signal bar. Terrible setup. I mean, it is above the 20 MA, which is the best part about it. Right, two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA after a breakout. I mean, this could give you a point. I'm thinking top of this trading range, but it was just too congested here. This did not look nice for me to trade. I don't know if I want to do this trap either because it's above the 20 MA. So it's not a good trap setup either. Right? When you're thinking of traps, you're thinking like reversal, right? You're thinking that's failing to continue this trend upwards. But when you're above the 20 MA like this, it's hard to think that's going to happen. This is a trap setup at the top of at yesterday's close. But when you're like, you have a breakout like this and congestion, anything can happen. This is, to me, 50-50, right? We could bounce off here or we can go up, and this is why I'm hesitant. Plus, you can see the market is also confused because of the congestion here. The market also does not know what to do. It's clear to the price action with all this sideways movement. The market's confused. It's good to be confused when the market's confused, right? That means you're reading the price action correctly. That's just unfortunate. And right into, yeah, I mean, I could have considered the bottom of these acting as support, which ultimately did on my losing trade here. But, boy oh boy. Alright, we're going to go over some of your chats as this does absolutely nothing right now. Is this technique similar to the Elliott wave theory? Thoughts and prayers to you at 3S stable for looking for that second entry long. Short back to the EMA. I mean, I was thinking about it, but terrible signal bar plus congestion plus potential resistance at last trading is close, the best thing you have for you is breakout plus also 20 EMA. Those are all things going in your favor, but you have a lot of things going against you. So thoughts and prayers to you. 3 stable. David asks, is this Elliott wave? You know what? I'm not sure. It might be part of Elliott wave theory. I'm just trading price action. Skabersky, I said just me, or is it extremely hard to see the Pikachus? Is it just me, or is it extremely hard to see the Pikachus? If you don't have the trading range, if you don't have the two-legged pullback indicator, yes, actually Pikachus are very hard to see. But with the trading range or with the two-legged pullback indicator, it's very easy. You just find dark green or dark red numbers in magenta boxes. These are all Pikachus. It means that it's a second entry with a trap combination. Finding resistance, but also support. This is just so indicative of trading range to me. It's crazy. Megan says, Yogi Murphy, are you ever taking the panda face off? That would kill me. 3 stable, got my scalp short to EMA. Okay, congrats. Megan says, ahem, lady here. Yes, we're not only boys. We got some, I think I have like 2% of female audience. 3% maybe. So thanks, Megan, for representing the female traders here, female pandas. Brian Davila says, how can he take his panda face off? Can you take your human face off? This guy, he gets it, man. This guy gets it. David Kaplan says, maybe after trap hits H4. I don't see any H4 setting up right now, fortunately. Aspect Nation says, sit on your hands. Exactly what I'm doing. Nothing else to do here. Sit on your hands. Oh, David Kaplan says, lost it. Yep. David Kaplan says, I like trading afternoons. So much clearer picture. Can we look at Sidecoin? Nope. We're trading only one instrument here. Brian STFU. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range now. The trading range might be clear here. It might be close, previous close to the bottom here. 10K. I thought we were going to hit the top of this trading range because of the strong bull bar. Unfortunately, trading ranges are tricky. 5 minute, having a hard time staying above the 20 EMA. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult in my opinion. Okay, Biden speaking in 2 hours, FOMC 4 hours. That might be why we are so sluggish today. People might be waiting for FOMC at 2 o'clock, 2 Eastern time. I believe that's when it is. Aman Rana, please let me know when to buy. I am ready. You can buy the two-legged pullback indicator anytime. Do not copy my trades. Would you copy a panda if it's rolling down a hill? Maybe. Would you copy a panda if it eats bamboo? Maybe. It's not advised. Hit the bottom of the trading range indicator perfectly, bouncing off of it. As you can see, trading range indicator. Doesn't mean that it's going to hold, but it does bounce off of there, showing some support. Do I have any reason to believe that we're going to break out of this trading range? I think we're still in this trading range. We're going to be in the trading range. Probably to these announcements, actually, maybe. Johnny says, will you have any specials for your products planned, like for Xmas or something? 3 Stable wants to do a vote for if we think we're gonna hit this measure move with just horizontal line here. Ooh, some strong bull bars or bear bars, but right to the bottom of the trading range. As you can see, 10K failed to come to the top of this trading range. 10K failed to even double top right here. Could give us a clue It's a retest of this trend line, as you can see. I think this trend line is good. David says, do we get access to the Discord for purchasing the trading range? You do not. Only if you purchase the deluxe edition of the two-legged pullback. Well worth it, in my opinion. Am I missing something here, pandas? Am I missing something here? What to do, what to do. Richard asks, have you, wait 1 second. Where did his question go? Richard asks, can this strategy be done during market open or is it too volatile? It can be done anytime. I personally like to hold off. Like, I do not want to hold a trade into the market open because of the volatility could stop you out, like kind of out of nowhere. But I mean, technically, you know, when I review charts, I don't like look at the open. I just look at the charts as a whole, and oftentimes it just really doesn't make much difference. But yeah, just from my experience, it's my mental, my emotional capacity. I don't like to hold it into the open. Typically. William asks, have you ever had a bot trade for you? If yes, how was it? And if not, if no, why not? I have not yet used any of the bots with real money. I've only used it for sim trading. That's because every single automated strategy will always be in a developmental phase. And yeah, I've been working on some automated strategies, but currently just focus more on the stream right now. Trading with you guys in the morning. What a day. What a slow day. That trap would have been nice, but man, you cannot trade trap above the 20 MA like this, in my opinion. It was also wasn't sure if this was going to be the top of the trading range. I thought it was going to come up here, so. So price action right now is indicative of trading range day. Right, a lot of chop, a lot of tails and wicks, a lot of reversal bars. You know, no solid trends, as you can see, were contained in this. All right, coming down now, finally. Measure move may be hit. This horizontal line is a measure move. Measure move from this pivot to this pivot. Copy paste it. From that pivot to this pivot, or from this pivot down to this horizontal line is a measure move. It's off a little bit. It's right there. Measure move missed by 1.25 point or 1.5 point. I personally don't know if it's going to break much further than this measure move. I think it might hit the measure move and bounce off of it. Because of the type of day we are in. Because we're in a trading range day, I think if it hits this measure move, it might bounce off of it. But, you know, if it was a strong bear trend, then measure moves, like I'm actually like tentative to trade against the measure move. Like to fade the measure move. But on a trading range day like this, I might consider it. But still gotta stick to the rules. We have a strong downtrend at the moment. Hey Jason, thanks so much. Man, Jason is an excellent mod. He's giving all the exact information I would give to anyone asking these questions. So these are good answers. Thanks, Jason. It's so helpful. Thank you so much. Two-legged pullback, but still not. You want the measure move to be hit before reversing this plus super strong downtrend. If this doesn't make a point, that's pure luck, right? But it's not a good trade in any sense to go long here. This is a two-legged pullback though. Context. You got to read the context here. I'm thinking measure move is going to be hit. So close to it. It does make a point, but that does not mean that was a good trade. In my opinion, that would have been a terrible trade. We have a surprisingly a two-legged pullback setting up right here. A, B, C. We have a two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA. Measure move right here. Hey, give me a 1 in chat if I should take this two-legged pullback to the measure move. Give me 2 if it's a no. Terrible signal bar at the moment. I would like it to hit the 20 EMA. I would like to hit the 20 EMA, but this is a two-legged pullback setting up here. Measure move right here. I personally would like it to hit the 20 EMA first. I don't know if the market will give that to us. Brian Law says too far from 20 EMA. Kelly Ann says I'm getting it. It's an okay setup. Terrible signal bar, right? We got a doji, so that alone will probably prevent me from taking it. But also a little too far from 20 EMA. Want a little bit closer to it. Entry bar is looking very bearish. Any near its low. Still a trap. All right, absolute scalp made. Congrats guys. Hey, congrats. I think some of you guys took that trade, but I had my reasons not to take it. A little too far from 20 EMA. Terrible signal bar. Clear measure move. Best thing was the clear measure move and downtrend. First break of trend here, as you can see. Maybe fade this measure move. Might be my thing here, but we'll see. First break of trend. Yeah, this would have been a nice trap here. I just could not take it because 20 EMA in the way. Wasn't sure if this was going to continue to go upwards, right? This trap could be just another leg to go up to the top of this trading range. Thinking it was going to hit the top of the trading range here. Just waiting, sitting on my hands. Do not want to go long here. You want the measure move to be hit before going long, in my opinion. Unless we're starting to show clear uptrend, You want the measure move to be hit first. This could be another entry to go short, actually, with a good signal bar, good enough signal bar. Micro double top at the moment, but because of the micro double top, we actually don't get our second pullback triggered. This could be a Pikachu setup to the measure move, in my opinion. We'll see. This has to hit first, and then we got a potential Pikachu. I'm going to take the Pikachu, thinking measure move hit. If this triggers upwards, so our already says 1. I'm going to maybe take this Pikachu here, considering this Pikachu. Pikachu setting up. I want this bar to finish, thinking we can hit the bottom, hit the measure move. $10K make a pullback long? No, I don't see that at the moment. Alright, we got Pikachu set up here. Thinking measure move. I could be burned again here, but it's all good. I think it's worth. I'm going to come with a retracement if possible. Don't like that, but it is coming back to a 20 EMA now. I lost, you kind of lose this signal bar power, top of the trading range. Try to get this Pikachu here, two-legged pullback Pikachu off the 20 EMA, measure move, really close, clear measure move target here. Fail breakout, hit the top of the trading range here. One problem is it's a little congested, right? Congested with a couple dojis inside this congestion. So this could reverse and make a small trading range here. The swings are so violent. Okay. Pikachu's lost at the zeros. If it's a zeros, Pikachu's lost. I don't like these higher highs right here. Pikachu's lost. Couldn't even hit the measure move. Incredible. Having a hard time hit that measure move. It's simply a two-legged pullback now to the 20 EMA. Room to the bottom of this small trading range now. I'll consider this and I'll actually reverse my position if it traps. Doji bar. Ooh. Should I just take the trap? Doji bar. This is not what you want to see. But you're thinking measure move is going to be hit still. Top of the trading range. Room to the bottom trading range. Some disappointment here. It's confusing. Man, it's confusing. I want to go short. That's my natural inclination. Room to the bottom trading range. I just didn't like this doji. I really didn't like this doji. Perfect scalp made. Oh, sorry guys, I'm being very hesitant here. I did not like how disappointing it was. It was like chopping back and forth right there. And just looking at that movement, I just did not like that movement. Notice in my mind, I'm always considering failed breakouts, right? Like this is could potentially be a failed breakout, could reverse back into this trading range. All right, makes an absolute scalp to the bottom of this trading range. Pandas, I'm being a little too hesitant here. But this two-legged pullback, there was room to the bottom trading range. Two-legged pullback, top of the trading range, small trading range. I'm just like always in the back of my mind thinking this breakout's gonna fail and it's gonna come right back in. That's like what I'm thinking right now. Plus all these dojis. Didn't like this. It was a failed breakout on the signal bar here. Oh, but it made a doji like this. Top of the trading range. I definitely had more reasons to go short than long right there, in my opinion, because we also still have this measure move to be hit. Yeah, that's a good setup that I missed, I think. Personally, good setup that I missed, which sucks. I was too hesitant. Yeah, Daniel I says I got burned once. That's why. I'm really thinking we can come back in this trading range at any time, because I'm thinking trading range. So I was very hesitant to go there, even though in any other day maybe I'll be very comfortable going short there. But hey, hit the measure move finally. Kind of poked through it though. 10K's looking like, not sure what it's looking like. Trading range just broke below on the 10K chart. Could come back into trading range anytime today. Like in my mind, like even though I want to trade with trend, I'm thinking fading trading range breakouts. Big bounce off the measure move. So a lot of people taking the profits at this measure move, as you can see. This could be the, breakout of this trend line, reversal, major trend reversal, higher low setup. Might be interested in a higher low setup here. But I think we need to be pretty convincingly trading over the 20 EMA. In my opinion, the 20 EMA is acting as resistance, right? We saw strong resistance here. Look at the 5 minute. 5 minute ended up finally getting a second push down. Just came way later after all this chop. Unfortunately, we were coming in way too early. Trading below the measure move could signify strong bearishness. Breakout of trend. A lot of choppy sideways moving bars. I want to find a higher low setup here, thinking this measure move could be the bottom, but do not forget, we do have a downtrend at the moment, especially with the 20 EMA blocking us. Alex Bonet says, Bonnet? No, I don't know how to say your name. Would you consider yourself afraid of trading at the moment? Would you say that your first loss is affecting you on your decision making? I struggle with psychological stuff the most. It's a mix. I do have this in mind, my first loss, And I don't, you of course, in any trade, never just want to lose. But in my mind, I saw a doji like this, and also these breakouts typically fail, and we come back into these breakouts, and the trading price action is telling me that, you know, we're pretty choppy, that any moment we can come back right into this trading range. So I did have some price action things that were stopping me. We were clearly under the 20 EMA, which is kind of why I'm kicking myself, because I'm like, that was a pretty good setup, I think. And with the clear measure move down here, I think it was a pretty good setup to go into. But yeah, I mean, I can't lie, you know, I definitely probably affected by my loss. It's hard not to be affected by any, you know, loss. Notice how we're breaking beneath the measure move. If we're breaking beneath measure moves, then the market, what it's saying here is this, right? There were a bunch of bears who saw this measure move and they took their profits. And there were a bunch of bulls who also saw this measure move and they wanted to fade this measure move. When you start trading underneath the measure move, going beyond the measure move, that means that there are bears that are strong enough, right? The bears are strong enough, right, to continue pushing beyond the weak bears who came out at this measure move, right? There's stronger bears here holding onto their position or even buying more. So that helps us consider possibly our next trade. Breakout trend, two-legged pullback, continuation downwards. 10K chart showing some bearishness now, but we do have this trading range. Like, this trading range is always in the back of my mind. Daily, top of the wedge, like I said, either doji or bear day today, early on. Mazhar Ali says, how do you rank today's day? Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's hard because there's so many conflicting things for me at the moment, like downtrend or trading range, and especially right here. It's not that it's hard to trade, it's impossible to trade. You cannot trade this, right? When we were bouncing off the bottom of this trading range plus top of this trend line, where we kept making lower lows or lower highs, like, this is very, very difficult to trade, as in, like, basically we don't know what to do here. But once it broke out, now you're thinking, hey, this is a breakout. Let's continue to go upwards. But at the same time, we just broke out of this trading range, and so you're thinking maybe failed breakout, or come to top of the trading range here. So you just have like so many conflicting things, and because of all those conflicts, right, the price action shows, right, all of these conflicting things, right? Because look at these bars, right? Look how many overlapping bars there are, right? Long tails, long wicks, right? Trading into the wicks, trading sideways, just so many overlapping bars, so many red and green bars just alternating. This shows us through price action, market was very confused right here. That's why I was very confused. Market's getting more and more clear direction, but even here on this measure move, there was definitely something happening here, right? This price action cannot happen with retail traders. Institutions saw this measure move and they took their profits, right? They took their profits here. Without this is 100% guarantee that they did that, because there's no reason there's no way this price action can happen unless there's institutional involvement. Measure move right here. Measure move could act as resistance now. $10K chart, first break, two-legged pullback. Whew. First break of trend right here. Two-legged pullback, making a new low. This has potential to make a scalp going upwards on the long, second entry long, on the 10K chart. 5K chart breaking beneath the descending channel. breaking beneath a descending channel could show extreme bearishness. Could be very bearish. Making a simple channel here. We are on the bottom of this channel here, as you can see. And so at this moment, to be honest, I do not know. Yeah, 3 stable. So you consider doji candles without the body at all? Yes. Even if it ends in the bottom, right? Bottom, third, whatever Mac uses for his criteria, I will still consider this a doji. Yeah, guys. You know, the thing is like, I do have a loser. I have currently a red day today. There's no guarantee I'm going to make money on every stream. The idea is, do not go on tilt. Please do not go on tilt. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. If your strategy is good, stick to the plan, and you have to expect these drawdowns. You just have to expect them. It's part of the plan. Higher low setup here. But as you can see, this is choppy here. It's so choppy that the trading range indicator starts to think that this is a trading range because it already thinks the trading range way up here, and it thinks the trading range is continuing because the bar is so choppy. We have a higher low set up here, but notice 20 EMA acting as resistance still, right? We still have resistance here on 20 EMA. 10K chart, potential two-legged pullback on 10K chart. Two-legged pullback triggered on a 10K chart. Still downtrend, strong bull bars, higher low setup, trading range. We can come right back into this trading range. Like, we can literally come all the way back up in here. Trading range days are very tricky like that. You can do some crazy stuff. I'm looking for a trap trade here. I'm going to fade this breakdown if possible. So I'm going to look for a trap here. I'm not interested in this second entry short because this price action is not, to me, indicative we are in a strong downtrend, in my opinion. I'm not interested in this short here. I will be interested in a trap trade here, thinking that this breakout is going to fail, come back up. But the 10K has a trap. That's very bearish. The 10K traps, that's very, very rare. It doesn't make a point. Tricky, tricky. But we still got 8,000 ticks. If it triggers down here, it might come down, but yeah, I'm looking to fade this more than going into. But it's confusing, right? Because you got this downtrend, and now we just failed breakout on a downtrend. Strong bear bar right after try to break out. Days like this, very confusing for price action. Well, not for price action. The price action is making us see that this is a confusing day. That's a better way to put it. 10K chart coming back up here. I wish it triggered down here because this will be a trap on the other side, but did not trigger yet. Making a lower high here, as you can see, by 1 tick. Even by 1 tick, that could tell us something. Hard time staying above the 20 EMA, as you can see. Hard time breaking above this trend line, as you can see as well. Toe Mantra says, I'm tilt master. I don't know that's, if you really want to be a master in that, it's very, very 10K chart makes a solid scalp on the two-legged pullback on the 10K chart. Terrible signal bar, as you can see, and you can see it coming back down like this, man. Be sweating bullets. I'm looking for a reversal here, guys. I'm truly looking for a reversal now. I don't know if the market's going to be generous enough to give us a trap trade, but let's see. Like I said, you know, because of this trading range, I have not forgotten about this trading range. Like, this trading range is actually pretty strong, pretty long too. So I'm thinking we have great potential to come way back in here. The daily is looking pretty bearish at the moment still. Looking for a trap. Let's see if we can get a trap here. Triana says, which stocks are we looking at today? It's actually the futures. You can check out the frequently asked questions. Your answers are there. Toadman says, a couple tweaks have helped, like not trade in the same room where wife is working and hard stop at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, amazing. You know, you gotta, I mean, every trader knows themselves the best. And so if things like that, like your external circumstances are affecting you, get rid of those external distractions. You know, that, like, for me, that would be impossible for me to have told Toadman that those are the things you need. You need to get out of the same room as your, you know, wife, and like, you know, you gotta have that awareness, self-awareness, to know, like, hey, man, I'm going on tilt on, you know, one loser, but, you know, if you can recognize that, then stop trading after one loser. It's just that simple, right? Until your mental capital grows. Things like that. It's just, it's very personal. Those little things that, you know, you gotta journey yourself. I'm looking for a trap here, waiting for this trap. I am not in a trade at the moment. See ya, Scott. Alright, couldn't say bye to you when you were here. Borthor says, hey bro, I know you often speak about Al Brooks' teaching. Did you take his course official, or did you have official traditional training? Official traditional training for trading. I have Al Brooks's online course. I have access to that. I purchased it, and it was probably one of the best things I've done. NQ is getting hammered, I see. In my mind, this is still not indicative of a strong trend day. I'm thinking reversal here, coming back into the trading range. Since the market is fractal, when you see choppiness on the lower time frames, you're thinking, right, that turns into trading range on the higher time frames. Unfortunately, this is not giving us any type of trap at the moment. Now we're hitting the top here, making a double top. That's a bummer. Truly a bummer. I am looking for this trap trade here. It's the top of this, man. That's the top of this, but this is the trap trade I'm looking for. Double top potentially here, though, as you can see. I'm just thinking trading range, thinking if we trigger this, hopefully scalp out, but we'll see. We do have this potential double top right here from this wick, as you can see right here, giving me some cause and concern. Also, top of this trading range, given to us by the trading range indicator. So another trading range was created right here. Ooh, this is not the most confident trade I'm thinking about, to be honest. Going long at the top of a trading range. Still see this as a trap trade though, and I've been thinking about this trap for a while now. Bounce off to the measure move, coming back up, thinking we're in trading range day. Don't think we're in a downtrend day yet. Not enough evidence for me that we're in a strong downtrend day. Elon, congrats, ending green. See you later, pandas. If you guys gotta go, guys gotta go. We're sticking around here. Let's get this trap. Let's see if we can get a good trap here. Micro double top on this on this trading range here. On this trap. Trap now is looking sideways, right? This is going sideways, so the trap is making me less attracted. I'm less attracted to this trap because we're getting so many sideways bars now. 1, 2 dojis in a row. But let's get this trap. Let's see if we can get it. And I'm going to put my stop 1 tick below the signal bar actually on this one. I'm not going to do the 1 to 4. The reason being is because I think if we go down, we're going to come back to the bottom of this trading range again if this trap does fail. This trading range indicator is pretty accurate right now on top of this trading range on this double top, making lower highs at the moment. I like how it looks right above the 20 EMA. I like it how we broke trend. I like how we have a trap set up here. Possible reversal off the measure move. I like how that we are actually showing chop here because showing us most likely not a strong trend day, making me think we're going to come back up into this trading range. But we are in a downtrend at the moment, to be honest. The 10K has a 20 EMA, possibly blocking it. 5 minute as well, 20 EMA possibly blocking this trap here. This is not looking good. Not interested right now. Almost makes a scalp here. I mean, this is showing me this is pretty much respected right now, top of this trading range. Difficult for me to go long, even though it's a trap, difficult for me to go long right into the top of the trading range. The 20 EMA on the 10K chart could act as strong resistance. I want to take this trap, but because of those things, again, Panda, sorry, I'm going to have to skip this trade. I really like this signal bar on this trap. Really like this trap, but top of trading range, hitting it multiple times, showing multiple rejections off of it. Trap does trigger. I didn't like how sideways it was going. If it like trapped like within like 1-2 bars, but this is like 1, 2, 3, 4 bars before it finally trapped, right? Reducing the chances of this making a successful scalp. Trap does pop up. Trap potential scalp being made here. Looks pretty good on the trap at the moment. Alright guys, after this, if this trap makes a point, I'm out. I'm going to end the stream here. Probably continue a couple more trades on my own. Perfect scalp made on the trap. Unfortunately, right? 20 EMA on the 10K chart was scaring me. 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart was scaring me. Perfect scalp is made. Only a perfect scalp at the moment. Potential trap traders right here. But hey guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for joining me. Hey, 344 concurrent viewers. Incredible. Hey, if you want to support this channel, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to know whenever I release new content. But guys, I know I'm red today, but hey, stick to the plan. And hopefully can end up green. But for the journey, as far as it goes, this is where the stream is going to end. So do appreciate, hey, let me know in the chat what you guys thought about this stream. Let me know in the chat how you guys felt with the emoticons. Hit that like button if you want to support. And much appreciate. Hey, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow's another trading day. I might be 300 in the red, but hey, let's get it. Right, we only look for the best setups possible. I thought I was in a good setup. I took it and got burned. But hey, stick to the plan. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and trade safe, pandas. Trade safe. And as always, happy trading, and God bless. God bless. Also, by the way, me not going long here, even though that did scalp out, personally, that was a good trade not to take. So I do not feel bad about this. This makes a scalp, but in my mind, too many things going against me, right? When you look at the 10K chart, 20 EMA, 5-minute chart, 20 EMA. Like these things are double top, also potential double top here on a downtrend. Like all these things prevented me from going long into the top of this trading range. So for me, missing the scalp, I'm completely okay with that. I'm really okay with that, and I'm actually happy about that. Right? I don't really care actually. And so the thing is, as long as for me, not taking, even though you do scalp out, doesn't mean that you missed a good trade. Right? In my opinion, I, in a sense, missed a bad trade, and that I'm okay with. All right, with that being said, I'll see you guys later.